A couple weeks ago, my 3-year-old son climbed up on my lap. He gave me a huge hug, and he gave me a huge kiss. And he looked at me smiling and said, "Now we're married."
Give this off, baby.
Smiled back and said, "Married, huh? What does that mean? We're married." Your 3-year-old innocence looked at me and said, "Happy." I can't think of anything more to wish for you as you guys become married today, is that you simply be happy with each other. Now all of us here today have our own love stories. Some are short, others long, some are yet unwritten, while others are just getting to the good part. A lot of women start planning their wedding when they're small children. So, while it's not common for those childhood ideas to come to fruition, it's pretty neat that Jamie and Dakota's love story started on the bus in middle school. In a school that only graduates 60 kids a year, it's pretty easy for her to spot the new kid. But he must have been pretty special to keep her attention all these years. Or maybe it was him riding his bike to her house every day so she wouldn't forget about it. Now as a guy, I know that sometimes I have to have instruction given in terms that I understand. So for me, just talk to me in song lyrics and I'll listen to you all day long. So I'm going to give some marriage advice, and I'm going to try to put things in contractor terms. Marriage is like building a house. You have to start with a strong foundation, then you need walls and a roof. In your marriage, Jamie, you're like the walls, while Dakota, you're like the roof. Neither one more important than the other, but instead equally as important, because a house without a roof is useless, and one without walls isn't a house. Once the house is built and the finishing touches are complete, that isn't the end of the journey though. Routine maintenance will keep the house standing strong for many years, just like your marriage. Now, a common Bible verse used in wedding ceremonies is from John's letter to the Corinthians. I tried to find something not so widely used, but I couldn't. And it's some great advice for you, so I'm going to use it too. So those of you familiar with it, feel free to say along with me if you want. If not, you can just listen to me. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongdoing. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Now we're about to pledge some vows to one another. If you've been to a wedding before, or even seen one on TV, I'm sure you've heard of all that stuff about sickness and health, richer and poorer, etc., etc. But I'm going to break it down to the simple premise that each of these promises represent. You're vowing to simply be there. You're teaming up and saying to the other, every experience I have, I want you to be a part of it. So will you, Dakota, keep Jamie as your favorite person? To laugh with her, go on adventures with her, support her through life's tough moments, be proud of her, grow old with her, and find new reasons to love her every day. Now will you, Jamie, keep Dakota as your favorite person? To laugh with him, go on adventures with him, support him through life's tough moments, be proud of him, grow old with him, and find new reasons to fall in love with him every day. Do we have some rings? You've both chosen to wear rings as a reminder of these promises. People often say wedding bands are a perfect circle with no beginning and no end. But these rings did have a beginning. These stones were formed a long time ago deep within the earth. Eventually, a series of lucky events caused them to rise to the surface, where someone dug them up. Metal was then liquefied in a furnace at 1,000 degrees, molded, cooled, and painstakingly polished. Something beautiful was made from raw elements. Love is like that. It comes from humble beginnings, and through a combination of serendipity and effort, imperfect beings shape it into something extraordinary. It's the process of making something beautiful where there was once nothing at all that makes love so incredible. And as you look at these rings over the years, I hope you remember that. You've created something invaluable. And just as I know you'll protect these rings, I'm confident you'll protect the commitments you've made to one another today. So Dakota, Please place this ring on Jamie's finger and repeat after me. I love you, Jamie, not only for who you are, but for who I am when I'm with you. I love you, not only for what you've made of yourself, but for what you are making of me. I vow to love and serve you as long as we both shall live. I take you with all your faults and strengths as I offer myself to you with all my faults and strengths. I vow to help you when you need help and turn to you when I need help. And with this ring, I take you to be my constant friend, my partner in crime, my love from this day forward, and my lawfully wedded wife. Now, Jamie, please take this ring and place it on Dakota's finger and repeat after me. I love you, Dakota, not only for who you are, but for who I am when I'm with you. I love you, not only for what you have made of yourself, but for what you are making of me. I vow to love and serve you as long as we both shall live. I take you with all your faults and strengths as I offer myself to you with all my faults and strengths. I vow to help you when you need help and turn to you when I need help. And with this ring, I take you to be my constant friend, my partner in crime, my love from this day forward, and my lawfully wedded husband. Now that you've given yourself to each other with solemn vows and the giving and receiving of rings in front of all of you who are assembled here, it's with great joy that I pronounce you husband and wife, and you may now seal your vows with a kiss. Matthew chapter 19 verse 6 says, "So there are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate." Dakota and Jamie, look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, even teacher. For you have learned much from each other these last few years. The words you have just said, the vows you have made, and the promises to each other have taken you across the threshold of life. And things between you will never be quite the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, "This is my husband, this is my wife." It is my pleasure to present to you guys Mr. and Mrs. Dakota Decker.